Hey dolls, welcome back to my channel. This is my second video I'll be filming today before I head out. But I'm gonna do a little mini girl talk today. I'm gonna start making my videos like a little shorter. So today I'm gonna be speaking on how to basically stand on business when it comes to yourself and when it comes to people. So for one, I'm not even gonna beat around the bush with this. Let me put it like this. If anybody plays with you, anybody does you wrong, anybody crosses you, so on and so forth, just block them. I've realized that lately. I think I'm going to show y'all my block list. I'm about to show y'all my block list. I'm not going to show the numbers, but I'm going to show y'all how long my block list is. I'm going to just scroll quick. See? Start blocking people when it come to you. Don't let people play in your face. Don't let people think you're just about to be around all the time. Don't let people think they can just come back when they want to and have access to you when they want to. Don't keep letting people think that. I literally fell in love with the block button. That's all it takes. You don't have to talk to this person no more. You don't have to hear from them no more. You don't have to see them no more. If you run into them, you can block them in real life too. Don't look at them. Don't admire their presence. Don't even acknowledge their presence. Start blocking people. When you start blocking people, your life will become so much more peaceful. Like, I'm telling you. So, for one, learn to block people and leave it at that. Don't unblock them. Don't go back trying to speak to them, because that's something that I don't learn from as well. Stop unblocking people and stop going back trying to fix things. Stop going back speaking to them, so on and so forth. Like, what happened, happened. It happened for a reason. And 9 times out of 10, it's meant to stay that way. So, don't sit here and put yourself in a position where you chasing them or you going back to them trying to talk to them and work things out. No, it's in the past for a reason. Look at it like, if that person actually valued you, they wouldn't have let you go in the first place. They wouldn't have let it get there in the first place. So if they let you go, my bad, y'all, this milk bin is messing up. So if they get to a point where they let you go, they never wanted you in the first place, because a person who wants somebody to be around them that bad, they want to be like this with that person, they're not going to let them go in the first place. They're going to do everything in their power to fix it. So learn to let the past stay in the past. Learn to let them people stay in the past. Learn to let them things stay in the past. Let all of that stay in the past. They don't deserve to have access to you again. They shouldn't be able to speak to you again. And one thing that I didn't realize, if you let any of your past people ever have access to you again, ever speak to you again from this day forward, from you hearing this video and forward, if you ever let them have access to you again, ever let them speak to you again, ever let them get a hold of you again, you're low value. You don't love yourself, because if you did, you wouldn't let these people have access to you. So stop letting these people have access to you. What's in the past is in the past. Cut it off, because more than likely people will respect and more so draw towards and pay attention to the person that respect themselves over the person that's trying to stick around and be fake delusional or so on and so forth. It's low value. Don't be like that. If a person is putting you through the most, learn to cut them off. It ain't no, oh, but I love them, or oh, they're my best friend. No. One thing that I done learned is keep strikes on somebody. Go on your notes app and keep strikes on them. Every time they mess up, yeah, say something about it. By all means, do not sit here and tiptoe around eggshells. Don't say nothing about it. No, say something about it. And if they just keep doing stuff over and over and over again, keep strikes on them. Every time they do something, put in your notes out. And as soon as that one page, you know what I'm talking about, your screen, as soon as your screen fill up on that notes out, cut them off. It ain't nothing else to talk about after that. Especially if I could see if they, instead of doing stuff back to back to back, cut them off. But if they actually fixing it, that's a different thing. They're trying. But if they just, instead of doing stuff back to back to back to back to back, cut them off. Like, I get we're human, but no human just does stuff back to back to back to back to back, especially when you're speaking on the problem. So overall, let them past people stay blocked. They're going to realize what they lost. They're going to regret what they lost. They can go somewhere else thinking that the grass is greener, thinking that everything is just, oh, so much more perfect. They can go after somebody that's on their level. I've seen that so much, just recently dealt with it. They're going to, after they're done with you, well, after you're done with them, because after you're done with them, you don't go back to them. I don't care who it is, friend, family, relationship, I don't care. After you're done with them, after you done threw your trash away, you don't go back to the trash can to check on it, do you? You forget about it. You move on. Don't go back to the trash can to check on it. You threw them away. You cut them off. You got rid of them. You stopped dealing with them for a reason. Let them stay there. Don't sit there and go back and check on your trash and be like, oh, how are you doing? I'm just doing a checkup. Or let your trash just magically hop out the trash can and come trying to speak to you. No. No. Keep them in the trash can. Do not go back and try and check on them, and dang sure don't let them come back trying to speak to you. If you see them in public and they look at you, look away. If you see them in public and they speak to you, don't speak back. Walk away. You ain't got to talk to them. You never have to speak to them again. You never have to deal with them again. Rest your case in peace. Because just your absence, you got to know that you're that powerful. Just your absence is going to be enough karma for them. Their karma is going to be never being able to have access to you again. Their karma is going to be watching you from an outside view, from a distance, watching you win, watching you grow, watching you glow up, watching you elevate, and not being able to come with you because they fumbled. And don't listen to people who try and hit you where it hurt. One thing about me, people try and hit me where it hurt with their standards, because people know I do not play about standards. Everybody who knows me knows I have standards. So people try and be like, oh, I lowered my standards to talk to you, or I lowered my standards to be with you. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. If anything, it's vice versa, because I seen the red flags early on. I didn't cut you off. I lowered my standards, and that's something that will never be happening again. So if you've been in a situation like that, like I have, don't you ever lower your standards for nobody else. Don't you ever just ignore the red flags. Don't you ever do none of that. And don't fall for what they try and say. They're going to try and hit you where it hurt. They're going to try and throw something in your face. They're going to try and do whatever. Don't you ever let them get to you. Because you got to look at it from your point of view. Forget what they're saying. Forget what they're doing. And after you cut them off, forget how they live their life. As soon as you cut them off, block, delete, move on. Don't unblock them. Don't go stalk them. Don't go stalk the new person or the new best friend or the new girl or the new boy. Don't go stalk them. It's not worth it. And just know that when they so-called replace you, one thing about it, you can't replace a person. You cannot replace a genuine person. You cannot replace a bossed up, high value person. Why? Because in this day and age, it's rare. You're going to run into people that's more low value than a person that you just fumbled. So they're going to try their best to replace you. Laugh. Take the message out, because it's like, you fumbled me so bad. And now you have to watch me from an outside view, and you're trying your best to replace me because you know that you fumbled and you can't live with it. So you trying to run to everybody else. You trying to replace me because you fumbled. Laugh at them. It is hilarious. And when they do find whoever they're looking for, just know that they're not happy. They're not happy. They're trying to find a place to rest. They're trying to find another dummy to stay there for them. They're trying to find somebody who's going to always be there regardless of what they do, regardless of how they live. They want someone that's low value, that's on their level, that's going to accept what they do and how they are. Why? Because they don't like having someone who's high value, who's going to get on them, because they want the best for them. So they're going to go to somebody who's more low value, who's weaker. They always, after a good person, after a bossed up person, they always run to a weaker person, because they want a person who's going to be perfectly fine with how they live, how they carry themselves, how they act, instead of standing around a person who's trying to help them boss up. That's just how it is. Not everybody is like that. And one thing about you, chosen one, when you walk away from this person, you cut them off, these people, whoever it may be, you're going to find you some good people. God is going to isolate you for a long while until you healed and until you're ready to move on and meet new people. Just like what's happening with me right now. God is isolating me, and he's allowing me to really get close with myself, allowing me to elevate, so on and so forth. Isolation is not bad. Isolation is the best thing you can possibly do in your entire life. So don't be scared to isolate. By all means, isolate every time you get a chance. Isolate every time somebody leave your life. Isolate every single time you get a chance, because every time you isolate, you're going to boss up. Every single time. So while this person is over here being boo-boo the fool, the clown, whatever, running from person to person to person, thing to thing to thing, trying to tear you down, hating on you, trying to mess up your character, let them do that. That means they're at war with their self. But what you do, you stand on business when it comes to you. Don't ever let them have access to you again. I don't care if you did it so many times in the past like I have. Don't you ever do it again. From this day forward, don't you ever do it again. Don't you ever run back to them, because that's going to boost their head up. That's going to boost their ego. Most of these people, the reason why they fun with you to begin with is because they had too much ego. If they didn't have so much ego, they wouldn't have fun with you to begin with. They would have cherished you. They would have loved you. They would have kept you close because they know that you're the prize. But they won't have so much ego. And most people, you'll think that you're like this with them. They'll be in competition with you. But boy and female. It worked both ways. I've had this one boy that I recently dealt with. He was the most jealous person in the world. And it showed. Like, like, why are you so jealous? I'm a female. You're a dude. You're so jealous of me for what? Dudes will really be that way. When they see that you have more potential than them, or you got more going on with them than them, they'll be jealous of you. But one thing, when you stand on business when it comes to you, and you cutting everything out, and you cutting these people out, learn to set your standards higher. Isolate, boss yourself up. After that, learn to set your standards higher. If you want to be friends with people who are CEOs, by all means, put that in your standards. Put it in your notes out, whatever you got to do. Put it in your standards. If you want to have a relationship where you with a person who make $500 a week and who is a gentleman and so on and so forth, or vice versa, if it's a female, put that in your standards. Because one thing we're not doing no more is settling for bum people, whether it be a relationship or a friendship or co-workers or people that we work with or places that we work at. We're not settling for less no more. So in that case, what's going on with my lip gloss? So in that case, isolate. Make sure when you're in isolation, you bossing up. You're not out here looking for this person, that person, or trying to replace them. Make sure you actually bossing up, because I'm going to let you in on a secret. When they run into you in the future, because you know God is petty, God will let them have a front row seat to your success. Success is the best revenge. Do not be like them. I don't care if they out here running from person to person, to thing, trying to get their mind off of you. I don't care what they doing. I don't care if they throwing shots. I don't care about none of that. Or they got secret beef, trying to turn people against you. Because when people know you a good person and they can't take that from you, they will try and make other people view you as what you're not. But look, besides that, forget them. Success is the best revenge. Let them see in the future. Let them see how successful you done became. Let them see how much you done bossed up. Let them see how much you done really won. Let them see how much God done really moved in your life. Because let me tell you something. Them over here, what they doing right now, don't tell them nothing. Let them do it. Because they're only leading themselves to self-destruction. They're going to forever be miserable and unhappy. You gonna always get the last laugh when you isolate and you boss up and you don't match their energy. Don't you ever do what somebody does to you. Don't you ever do it back to them. Because one thing about you, you're going to be so blessed. They are going to have to see your success. By the time they see your success, you ain't even going to want them back no more. You ain't even going to be having interest in them no more. You ain't even going to care for them no more. You barely even going to remember them. So that's why, like me, because I'm on my isolation journey right now. I'm isolating. I'm about to go on a new fast come August the 1st. My fast is going to last out for a long while. And it's strictly about bossing up. When this month of August hit, if you want, go on a mental fast. Take a break from going out or being in relationships or talking stages. Whatever you need to do, go on you a fast. Because that fast is going to be what's going to help you to boss up with God. You got to make sure you include God in your fast. Because if you don't, it's not really going to get you nowhere. Make sure that you're praying through everything. Keep asking God to help you to level up. Keep asking God to help you to boss up, so on and so forth. Don't worry about them. They're going to get their karma. And they're going to keep getting they tell what by karma over and over and over and over and over again. Don't worry about them. Focus on what you need. Focus on where you're going in your life. Focus on your goals. Focus on your success. And stand on business when it comes to you. Don't go back to no past people. Don't ever let them have access to you again, period. And if you do, it means you don't love yourself. And I bet you do not want to go there. So starting today forward, stand on business when it comes to you. And focus. Forget them. Forget what they're doing. Cut them off. Block, delete. Focus on you. But anyways, that's the end of my girl talk. I hope y'all got something from this. Make sure you stand on business when it comes to you. Don't let nobody play with you. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And you share my channel. And I will see y'all in my next video.